Hello, manifestors. Let's talk about something that you really need to hear today because I see how most of you are doing this wrong. And by the way, if you don't know me, my name is Sylviane. I'm a manifesting coach, and all the links that you need and ask me all the time to reach out to me, to get my help, one-on-one coaching, group coaching, email coaching, all the links are down below in the description box. If you are new here, please subscribe to my channel, like the video, and comment. I'll read your comment and even answer your question if you have a question. Without further ado, let's get into our video. So, needless to say, I have been doing what I'm doing for a while now, being in the conscious manifestors communities for a long time. And I have heard and read all the questions in the world out there. And probably the most frequent question is, I am not seeing any movement in the 3D. Where is my stuff in the 3D already? Needless to say that most of you are manifesting a specific person. It seems that this theme, the specific person, has brought a wave of people to this community, to the teaching of Neville Goddard. And that type of people, most likely more than any other type, more than anyone manifesting anything else, is looking at the 3D for movement. However, I don't want to blame only people who are manifesting an SP. It could be anyone manifesting anything. You are looking for movement. You are looking at the 3D and you're waiting for your stuff, basically. And if you're not seeing any movement, you start spiraling down and feeling like, I'm doing something wrong, what's going on, why am I not seeing any movement? So if this is your case, you are manifesting a specific desire, specific person or specific anything else, and you are looking at the 3D for movement. If you are doing this is what you're doing wrong. This is the only thing you're doing wrong, as a matter of fact. And that is that you are looking at the wrong place. If you want to see movement in the 3D, you need to experience that movement within first. As long as you have not moved inside first, into the desired state, into the state where you are the person who has their desire, you could be waiting forever to see movement out there. Because I promise you that from my own experience, good, bad, neutral, I've done it all and experienced it all very consciously, because even when I wasn't conscious and did something, when I reversed engineered my whole life, I discovered what happened every time. So there is no mystery to me of how I manifested pretty much everything from age 4 in my own life. And I always tell you guys to do the same thing, but many of you have not done that yet. So what I can promise you is, once you have moved inside, whether it's in a bad state or a good state, once you have moved inside into a certain state, into a specific state, no matter what that state is, even if it's a neutral state, once you have moved inside, your 3D world has no choice. There's no choice but to move. It's like I'm taking a pencil and I'm dropping it. Where is the pencil going to go? What's happening to the pencil? Is it going up? Is it going to the sides? No. It has to go down because it's the law of gravity. I'm dropping my pencil, the pencil goes down because it's the law of gravity. Well, the law of assumption says this: what you feel inside, what you believe to be true, what you feel that you are inside, whatever state you stepped in, willingly or unwillingly, once you feel it, whatever you feel, it's going to reflect in your 3D world. Why? Well, because it's the law. And the 3D world is only a mirror. It's a reflection. Nothing happens in the 3D. If you think that anything happens in the 3D, is that you don't understand the law of this universe whatsoever. So I would suggest that not only you read Neville, but listen to even other teachers that are saying the same thing. Maybe that would increase your faith in how this freaking universe works, right? So by law, the 3D doesn't create anything. Creation is finished anyway, and it's not finished in the 3D. It's finished in imagination. It's finished in the I am, in the awareness, in the consciousness. That's where it's finished. The 3D only reflects the state that you choose. The state that you select is going to be reflected in your 3D world. Everything that you see right now in the 3D, and more specifically in your 3D world, was imagined and felt in some way, whether it was consciously or unconsciously. You've got to get that in your mind, in your head, once and for all, guys. So, with this in mind, when you are looking for movement outside and you haven't moved inside first, you are wasting your time. And most of the time, people who are looking for movement outside have not moved inside. You know why? Because from my own experience and that of many that I know who have experienced that, once you have moved inside, you do not look at movement outside anymore. You don't. You just don't. Because you have moved inside and you know. And when you know, you stop looking at the 3D. And what's more is that when you have moved inside, you don't even have much time to look outside and wait for movement, because movement happens very quickly. So you don't even have time to look out there and say, where's my stuff? Where's my movement? Because you have moved inside and those movements will happen before you know it. So guys, I'm not going to make this video very long. It doesn't need to be very long. If you are searching for movement in the 3D, there is a good chance that you have not moved inside. Because once you have moved from within, by default, you stop looking outside. Why? Because we know. Once we have moved inside, there is a knowing of being the person we want to be. We stop looking for, is it there? We know it's there. We know it's there because we have moved inside. Therefore, since we know that we already are the person we want to be, we stop looking for movement in the mirror. The mirror can only reflect what's in me. If I haven't put my makeup on yet, I don't need to look in the mirror to see if my makeup is on. And I know my makeup is not on because I haven't put it on, right? That's what's happening when we have moved inside. Once you moved inside, you do not need to look in the 3D, in the reflection, in the shadow world to see what's going on. You know what's going on. You know it's going to reflect. And usually once we have moved inside, those movements start falling one after the other very quickly. So we don't even have much time to say, oh, is there movement out there? Yes, they are coming, and they are coming quickly. But even before they come, we don't look for them because we know. We know. We have moved inside. It's a knowing. And that knowing prevents us pretty much to look at the 3D, which is just a mirror to know and to see if what we are inside is going to reflect. We know it's going to reflect. On the other hand, if you are looking at the reflection for the reflection, you haven't moved inside yet. So when you are manifesting what we call a big desire, meaning something that's really important to you, watching videos about it is not manifesting your desire. Telling yourself the old story is definitely not manifesting your desire. Healing yourself is definitely not manifesting your desire. And even using techniques is not manifesting your desire. Manifesting your desire, you can say, I am manifesting my desire when I am living in the end and when I am in the state of my wish fulfilled. This is the only time you can say that you are manifesting your desire. Anything else is not manifesting your desire. Guys, you've got to remember that. I think it was time for me to make this kind of videos because I see too many people struggle. I see too many people talking about time and how long and when and looking for movements. While you are doing all those things and what I've just mentioned, you are not manifesting your desire. The only time you can say, I am manifesting my desire, it's when you live in the end, when you live in the wish fulfilled, when you really feel that you are that which you want to be. That's the only time. And that's exactly what Neville says in this quote right here. Now, you may take only a moment, or you too may take 3 years. I can't tell you how long it's going to take you, but I'll tell you this much. It can be measured by the feeling of naturalness. The moment the feeling becomes natural, it will begin to bear fruit within your world. So here Neville says that the feeling needs to become natural. The more natural the feeling becomes, the closer you are to see your manifestation in the 3D world. So, the closer you get to that feeling of naturalness, the more likely you are going to see those movements that you are so looking for. Because even when you are using your little techniques, that's fine. Use any technique that is helping you. But if the moment you finished using your technique, you start dwelling in the old story, you start dwelling in your old self, you start complaining and you start looking at 3D, having those double-minded inner conversations and so on, then your techniques are useless. Techniques are only as good as they put you in the state of being the person who has their desire. If they're not helping you to be in the state, don't bother with techniques. Instead, ask yourself the question, how would I feel if I was the person who has their desire? And truly feel that. But don't feel that just once here and there. Feel that every day, moment to moment. Feel what it would feel like if you were that person who has their desire. Feel it when you are cleaning, feel it when you are cooking, feel it while you are working, feel it while you are doing all the things that you are doing during the day. It doesn't have to take your mind over that you can't even concentrate in what you're doing. It's a feeling of naturalness that has to become more and more natural, as Neville said in the quote I just read. And that feeling to become natural has to be a feeling that you keep on experiencing, a feeling that you keep on feeling, a state that you keep on embodying. You wear that state, you wear that feeling every day, all throughout the day, as much as you can. You remind yourself if you have to, you put a timer on your phone, and you go back and you go back and you go back to that feeling until that feeling becomes more and more natural. When the feeling becomes natural, your world is going to change. That's a promise because that's how the law works. But again, I want you to get this point from this video once and for all, guys. Looking at 3D for movement when no movement has happened inside yet, it's completely useless. You are wasting your time, you are wasting your energy, and you are losing faith because you haven't even done the work inside and you're looking in the mirror to see if it has changed already. The reflection in the mirror can't change whatsoever if what is being reflected hasn't changed first. I hope this was helpful, guys. Please, again, subscribe, like, and comment, and I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching.